I figured it was about time I redid some walkthroughs for the maps, so this is gonna be my new bind walkthrough. If you saw my old bind walkthrough, just forget that happened, and just this is the new one. I threw together a quick map of all the callouts that we're gonna be using in the video, so feel free to pause if you need to. Don't worry, I'll wait for you. Okay, cool. Now that you got that, we can go ahead and get started. Alright, we'll start with T-spawn. It's called that because T just means terrorists from CSGO, but it's just the attacker's spawn. So from T-spawn you can go two different ways, either right to A site or left to the B site, but we're going to start by going right to A site first. So as you come out of T-spawn and you walk up to the right, you're going to come up on something called A lobby. So A lobby has two different directions that you can go. Either you can go left to A short, or you can head over to the right to showers, but we're going to start by going left to A short. A short's a pretty popular place to push from as attackers. There's a little cubby on the left hand side. Sometimes defenders will hang out there. On the right here you have pocket, and to the left that truck, it's called truck. As you're pushing, you're going to want to clear that left corner. Check the site and definitely check pocket. A lot of people like to hang out there. Also, that's the mid teleporter. This is the entrance to U-Haul. Some people call it lamps because there's lamps. And then as you go through U-Haul, you come to the back of A site behind the truck. This is a really popular place to hold on defense, so you're probably going to run into somebody here, but if you can take control of it on attack, it makes it really hard for defense to retake the site. It's just a quick overhead shot of the back of A site. That tall green box in the middle is called default box. Coming back to A lobby, we can head over to the right to go towards showers. As you come over this way, you'll see the exit to a teleporter. I'll show you where the entrance is later. Going towards showers now, you'll see one of the two ult orbs on the map. And then as you go through, you'll push over onto A site. As you push into showers, you're probably going to want to check this right corner. There might be somebody there, and then you can start to push towards the doorway. So when you're pushing out of showers, there's a lot of angles to check, so you definitely want to use smokes to block off any line of sight. There's two spots that are pretty popular to hold outside a shower. There's, right to the left of the double box and then on top of it. So as you're pushing out, you definitely want to check that, and then also maybe check for anybody hanging out in the back of the site. We'll look at some common places to plant on A. The first one's going to be right on default box in the corner. This is a pretty safe place to plant because they can't really see you while you're doing it. The second and most popular is going to be right in front of the truck. This is a really solid one because there's just a lot of angles that you can watch it from. It's hard to defuse. We'll head over to CT spawn now. That's just a fancy term for defenders. CT just means counter-terrorists, also from CSGO. From CT, you have two directions. Left is to A site, and right is to B site. So as you head over to the left, you're going to come across two different pathways. You can head up the ramp to go to Heaven, or you can head through the hallway to the right to go to A site. This is what Heaven looks like up top. So if you head through this hallway, some people call this pipes, but you can usually just call CT and it's good enough. Then you can head up the ramp to Heaven. They're probably going to have somebody holding Heaven just because it's really easy to look out onto site. Here's a quick overview of all the callouts for A site. If you want to pause it, you can. We'll head back to T-spawn now because we're going to go left to B site instead this time. So as you're walking out of T-spawn, you're going to come across something on the right. It's a cave. It's called Cave. Connects to A lobby. And now we're outside something called Market. If you go left, you'll head over to B long, but we're going to go in Market first. Market has two different directions you can go, either right to A short, or you can go left to mid, or also called B short. We'll go right first. I'll show you what it looks like. This is the right side of Market, connecting over to A. This is a really popular place for rotations. You might also see defenders lurking through here trying to get picks. Back to Market, we can go left instead over to mid. So coming left, you'll see this little archway. This is where the barrier is that you start at. And then coming out here, you can either go left towards B long, or you can head up mid towards hookah. On the right here, you have the exit to the A short teleporter. So if you're coming up late in the game, you want to check that right corner that I didn't check right there, because somebody could be holding there. You also definitely want to check to the left of the double box right here before you head into hookah. So this is what the entrance to hookah looks like, and then also inside hookah here. This is a very popular place for defenders to hold. This is what it looks like from outside the window. So as you're clearing hookah, you want to check this left box here, close left corner, behind this wooden box here, and to the right outside the window. These are all very common places for defenders to hold. Alright, take it back to outside market, but this time we're going to go left towards B long. When you're pushing B, it's pretty common to send some through mid and then some, down long. But as you come over here, you're going to find fountain. It's called that because it's a fountain. If you head up the hallway to the right, it's back to mid, and then the corridor to the left is what we call long. At the top of long, you're going to see the entrance to the teleporter I showed you outside showers, and you're also going to find the second of the 2 ult orbs on the map. And across from the teleporter, you have garden. Again, to the right, you have mid, but as you push up long, you're going to want to check this left corner. Some people will like to hide to the left of the teleporter right there. Now we're in garden. Garden's interesting because it has like a wood sound effect when you walk on it, so it's actually pretty easy to tell when somebody's in garden. But from garden, you then push out onto site. As you're clearing garden, you want to clear this close right corner. Maybe have a smoke character smoke both sides of that crate in the middle. Check this close left corner, and then you should be safe to push on. To the left of the B site is elbow. Elbow's a really popular place for defenders to hold. It just allows for them to rotate pretty easily. Elbow then moves into back hall behind the site itself, which then leads either onto B site or towards CT spawn. You definitely want to be careful when pushing elbow because there's probably going to be somebody defending back there, but if you can take control of elbow and also back hall after planting, it makes it really hard for defense to retake. Gives you guys a serious advantage because they have to go through like this one doorway to get onto site, and that's easy to defend. If we look at this from a defender's perspective, we know that we can go right from CT spawn to go towards B site, but basically it leads right into back hall like we were just looking at. So when you're heading from CT spawn towards B site, like I was saying, there's really only 1 or 2 ways to get back onto site, and it's pretty difficult. Here's a quick overview of the callouts for B site. If you need to pause it, feel free. Now we can look at some common places to plant on B site. The first one's going to be the front left of the crate in the middle. This is a pretty popular place to plant just because it gives you a lot of angles to watch from, especially long. Second one is going to be right in the front on top of that little hill. This one's great because it's really out in the open and hard to defuse. But please try not to plant inside the crate. It's impossible to defend. Alright, that's it for the bind walkthrough. Hope this helped some of you guys out, and if it didn't, then bummer. If you like my shit and want to see more of me, come check me out on Twitch. And if not, then, don't. That's fine. Whatever. Alright, bye.